How's it going? Trey Clark here, as I usually am. I'm going to jump right into this as I usually do. And this is about Alex Jones. Alex Jones is Bill fucking Hicks. They're the same people. I knew Bill Hicks. Okay? I've met him. I've smoked weed with him like 10 times. Bill Hicks had a character named Alex Jones. I thought when Alex Jones came out, I was like, oh, Bill Hicks didn't really die. He's just restarting his career. I thought it was common knowledge. Apparently it's not. Like it's a conspiracy. Alex Jones was one of Bill Hicks's characters. Okay, they record. This is how silly it is that he's not Bill Hicks, and I'm going to post a link to this this video. But no, I knew Bill. I was playing music in Austin when I was just first starting out, and I would go see him anytime he was playing anywhere. If I was playing music, he played the last stop in Houston, and we got to where he would kind of remember me or whatever, and a couple of times we smoked weed out in the parking lot, and he had that, and I was like, okay, fair enough. Cool as shit guy. Bill was cool. And funny, one of my favorite comedians of all time. But I happen to know, he was probably the most famous person that I knew at the time, and I was a huge fan. And then Alex Jones comes out. I'm like, oh, he's doing the Alex Jones bit. He had Austin Public Access TV or whatever it was called. They were both on there with the same producer in the same city. Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. Watch the video, and then it's going to become funny. Because that whole, and we're going to get these guys and they're demonic. All that stuff, that's Bill Hicks. That was his shtick. And if you ever watch Alex Jones and go, there's something off because it looks more like a WWF, like, and we're gonna crush them, and those fat cats in Washington and their demon ways and all that stuff. You're just like, shut up. And I'm watching it thinking everyone's in on the joke. And then it turns out, and I said it a couple of times to some people, and they're like, no, he's not. I'm like, it would be a bigger conspiracy if you didn't think he was Bill Hicks. The conspiracy would be, I guarantee you, everyone in the fucking comedian community that knew Bill is like, that's him. That's him for sure. All the same people. They're both friends with Joe Rogan. He's Bill Hicks. And I don't even give a fuck. I thought that it was just a thing. I was like, oh, he didn't really die. Now he's Alex Jones. The same news anchor that he would, portray on public access, his alter ego, Alex Jones. What are the fucking odds of that? So it's not nefarious as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a shit. He's just a distraction, but he's also, whatever, maybe he's leading the opposition. I don't care. I just didn't really know that it would be hard to just point out that he's Bill Hicks, especially to Bill Hicks fans. And I knew Bill, okay? We didn't, get together for coffee every morning, but many times, if I saw him somewhere, he'd be like, Trey, what's up, man? He would come see me play on 6th Street before his set afterwards and vice versa. So it's not like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. Period. He's referred to himself as Bill Hicks. Many times, people accidentally call him Bill on his own InfoWars set. It's happened on Rogan. He's said many times, he goes, I'm Bill Hicks. And there's no danger in it. I don't give a fuck. I think it's awesome, actually, he can pull it off. But just to let you know that we're all kind of like watching a show with all this stuff, and it's like, Alex Jones, and he's stirring the pot with Sandy Hook and all this stuff. It's all just a fucking show. All of it. It's all just one WWF show. And we can either sit there and actually believe it and really get mad when Hollywood Hogan, who used to be Hulk Hogan, that was the good guy, Mr. America waving the flag, dyes his beard weird and comes out and he's the bad guy now, and we're like, no! It's all just a fucking joke. They're just getting a paycheck and watching us people go, we're just like WWF fans. That's all we are. We're just sitting there going, can you believe what Alex Jones said? They just laugh at us. But once you see it, it's like, yeah, that's pretty good stuff. So watch the link below because this guy does I was going to put something together and I was looking around looking for pictures and clips, and this guy, there's several of them out there, but this is pretty conclusive. If you can watch the link below and not think that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, you might be fucking retarded, or you'll believe anything. Okay. Cheers, guys. Hope you're having a great day.
I don't think most people recognize this. It was actually 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
I know they started pulling out quickly, but yeah.
Yep. But the deal is, what I'm saying is we're the ones that broke up. Then you've got Kerry, who's absolutely in another universe, in an alternate space, in, quantum Quagmireville, basically Quagmireville. Basically,
I think is ESPN's going to go if there's a nuclear war.
Well, I got news for you. It'll be where do you think the mainstream news is going to go? They'll be in. It'll be where do you think the mainstream news is going to go? They'll be in.
It's the missing records. It's the proof of cover up is the proof of guilt.
Yeah, and we just wrote this ebook, question of eligibility, question of eligibility, under my name, Jerome Corsi and Mike Zollo, D-U-L-L-O. We lay all this out, just like we did at the press conference. Now, your question. Now, your question.
Calls a polite beat.
Here's my Alex Jones impression.
Put your headphones on so you can talk to the listeners.
Bill Hicks. I am not Bill Hicks. I've never been Bill Hicks.
He knows the secret.
Okay. I'm
Kaiser,
Bill Hicks.
stop it.
I'm not. No, not me. I'm not.
I am Bill Hicks. Come on.
Yeah, I think I want to go berserk in a second here, just for no apparent reason. Yeah, I like that voice. Good voice, Bill. I like to do for you now.
Alex, big controversy. You just called him retarded. You're trying to save their lives. Don't call them a name, just kill them.
Hey, Jimmy. Rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated.
You know what it's like to go to sleep every night knowing you work for a bunch of psychotic killers and you bastards are probably going to end up killing me one day? You know what it's like knowing you've ruined my life? You know what it's like, you sons of bitches?
That gives me carte blanche! I got a cunt and I'm drunk! I can do anything I want!
I'm tired of your crap! You commit evil, you're part of an evil system, and we're standing up against you! And the Republic is going to defeat you in the end!
I want you to go find a fucking soul!
For all the kids you've kidnapped for CPS, all you CPS workers, all you corrupt bureaucrats, all of you that have had your way with innocent children over and over again.
Take her fucking out! Take her to somewhere that's good!
Okay, hi, this is Bill Hicks. Happy Halloween to everybody. We're taking callers in hell tonight. We're in hell. We've been in hell for quite a while, setting up this project. And we're taking callers, and we're going to have a great show for you. And I hope your Halloween is spooky and exciting and frightening, just like when you were a little kid. And we're going to take callers. So let's take our first caller now. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Bill. Just came on cable access and hung out, or what your actual employment was?
I come on public access and hang out. I'm on 24 hours a day, they say.
Yeah, pretty close.
Well, I can assure you I don't make any money off public access. I can guarantee you that.
Well, you guys have a good one.
Hey, appreciate that call. Hello, caller, you on the air?
Yes, Alex, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I was just kind of curious if it's true that the police can have laser or infrared beams, if you want to call it, and they can project those into your house to basically...
Yeah, the Austin Police Department's, last time I heard, has 20 units with infrared. If you have enough of a heat source in your house, it'll pick up the heat source and show a signature.
Contracted, I mean, it was like a good rent-a-car.
Take a look at Reno and her serpent-like advisors behind her, and all she is a clicking, sputtering lizard, a vessel that international evil's just pouring into. And, man, I'm telling you, well, enough semantics, back to the program. I hope this has helped wake some people up about what's going on in our nation. I hope this has helped wake some people up about what's going on in our nation.
All right, Austin, I think my mic's back up, and I put that together this week. It's kind of a compilation of different stuff I've run. There you have it, in your face, and they're not ashamed one damn bit of what they're doing, and they are really getting the dregs of society now into our law enforcement, especially our federal law enforcement, and they're rooting out all the good people. It's not just Alex Jones, it's people like Frederick Whitehurst. He's one of the heads of the FBI crime lab. But the Sterling Record came out and said that this is wrong. He said the FBI has been manufacturing evidence. I've had the newspaper articles here, but they put it in the back of the paper once or twice. And that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're talking about. And everything smiles and giggles on TV, except when there's those bad people. And they're using body language, manipulation, semantics to train you to be mindless. So that's what we're dealing with, and I hope you can wake up to it and what's happening. You know, here's the Statesman, the double standard. This is an old one. This is December 1st, almost a month old. Down here on the cover page, it says, members of a special police unit. Let's get a close-up of this. Members of a special police unit, the Foxes, try to protect 14 comrades wanted for questioning in a highly publicized murder case. Now, Mexico, you go down in the interior, they got guys with machine guns on the highway. All this kind of BS going on. And it's very, 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 very serious. And they're talking about how the Foxes are, when investigators arrived at a crime scene last month in Mexico City, they found a crowd of men in black ski masks, brandishing clubs and menacing attitudes. These weren't ordinary thugs. They were members of an elite Mexico City militarized police force, the Foxes, who were trying to protect 14 fellow officers wanted for questioning in a highly publicized torture murder case. Now, this is the Statesman. Double standard. Double standard. Your police are authorized to wear ski masks here in Austin if they're in any of the special teams. And now they're expanding those special teams to detectives and homicide and just everything. They're investigators, you know.
You're going to keep purveying that Bill Hicks myth when you do that, because that sounds like the devil Bill Hicks voice when you do that.
We should just get a tight shot of Merlin at the microphone.
And then Rush Limbaugh's there and the devil mounts him. Here's the truth. I'm a lot funnier than Bill Hicks. I'm a lot more successful than him.
Definitely.
And it just shows the total mental illness.
And that's why you had to stop that character and just totally fully commit to Alex Jones.
But I mean, the guy was from Texas.
Parties.
Alex Jones is what kind of a guy? How do you explain him?
He's 26 years old and looks 10 years older. He's a hero to the militias. He's a burgeoning new hero. On one hand, he's kind of like Tex Mars, you know, a popular underground radio talk show host. But he's also much more than somebody like Tex Mars. He's an activist. So he rebuilt David Koresh's church.
Where can you hear him?
Infowars.com is his website, and he broadcasts in like 40 cities across America. I think it's called the Genesis Radio Network.
Do you ever hear him?
Yeah, I've listened. He's fantastic. I mean, if he wasn't so crazy, he'd be the new Bill Hicks. He's got an amazing way.
Who's Bill Hicks?
He was an old comedian who died of cancer in the 90s, and again was a kind of hero to the libertarian left, Bill Hicks, because he smoked in the face of cancer and was funny. And but what happened with me and Alex was that we both witnessed this owl burning ceremony, and I realised that it was a silly grown-up frat kind of nonsense, and the only thing that shocked me was this is, you know, how the President of the United States wants to spend his summer vacations witnessing this, you know, torchlight procession, which I thought was kind of odd. But Alex, of course, had his own spin on it, which was that it was human sacrifice. Maybe that's a real person there. So I went off with my spin, which was, you know, a kind of moderate spin. Then it's not that crazy, it's understandable. And Alex went back to his people with his own incredibly crazy spin. And, you know, just a couple of weeks ago, an Alex Jones fan tried to break into Bohemian Grove heavily armed and kill everybody there because he believed Alex Jones's spin of the owl ceremony as being evidence of human sacrifice. And I remember at the time, because Alex is an intelligent man, and I remember at the time saying to him, Alex, you know that what you're saying about Bohemian Grove isn't true. You know, you're playing with fire here. And Alex said, yeah, I'm not going to tell my listeners that. And it's kind of come back to haunt him now.
So
I am 78 years old, but only appear to be 45.
He's 26 years old and looks 10 years older.
Here's my Alex Jones impression.
Put your headphones on so you can talk to the listeners.
I am not Bill Hicks. I am not Bill Hicks. I've never been Bill Hicks.
He knows the secret.
Okay? I'm
Kaiser,
not Bill Hicks.
stop it.
I'm not. No, not me. I'm not.
I am Bill Hicks. Come on.
Yeah, I've listened. He's fantastic. I mean, if he wasn't so crazy, he'd be the new Bill Hicks.
If he ain't old enough. I don't know. I'm wondering how much bull can the world put up with before nature just breaks? How much illusion can the world suffer before nature just snaps in half?
Yeah.
It could be any minute.
It could. It might be happening as
That's
we
why
sit
I
here.
just moved from LA.
Yeah. So you're residing in Texas again?
Oh.
Or 2255, whatever way you look at it. And I promise we're not going to censor you tonight, man. You can say what you like.
Yeah, well, I have no evidence. Oh, we are alive. There's no way to do it.
That's true.
Cool. Yeah.
So, what about...
Had deemed the material. These are quotation marks. Unsuitable for the viewing public and for the Letterman audience. And I made it would be construed as pro-life if you wanted to make that argument.
Yeah.
Anyway, they counted that as one of the quote-unquote hot points that I touched on. Here's the punchline. That's right. And actually, we live in the U.S. of A., United States of Advertising. Freedom of expression is guaranteed if you've got the money. Okay.
Just for the price. Jeez, man.
I believe that there's this agenda in mainstream media, and I think it's fairly easy to back this up, to keep people stupid, docile, and apathetic. And the elite who own these corporations and the families that own the corporations, even fewer people, their agenda is to keep us stupid and apathetic. That's why I love public access. For the alleged, here they are again, no proof, no evidence, assassination attempt against George Bush. And I was thinking, well, let me think. A frustrated rock guitarist with a messianic complex, armed to the teeth, trying to screw everything in a skirt. I hate to tell you this, he sounds like every one of my friends in Austin.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice welcome to the mother of the late, great comedian, Bill Hicks, the lovely Mary Hicks, everyone. Thank you very much for being so gracious and so generous to come and visit with us here so we could take a look at Bill's shot on the program that never got on. And let me again, if I haven't previously, just apologize for the heartache and sadness that my decision caused you and your family. And of course, made all the worse by the knowledge that at the time Bill was terribly, terribly sick. And not many people knew that, did they?
Very few.
Very few, yeah.
And I appreciate you saying that.
Did you, how did you feel about coming here tonight? Was this an easy decision for you to make? I mean, I was, I thought...
Were you surprised that I accepted?
Well, believe I'm surprised when anybody comes here. No, wasn't surprised. But part of me thought, well, she has every reason not to come here.
That's right. I had a lot of reasons not to come. And I thought about it, and then I decided to come.
Good. I'm glad you're here. And again, I know I can't make up for the damage that was caused, but I hope symbolically this means something to you.
Well, it does.
Right.
And I will tell you that was a very hard time 15 years ago when that happened. And I just will have to tell you that it was.
Well, I'm well aware of that.
I know that.
I don't know personally how difficult it was, but I can certainly, now that I have a son, I can certainly imagine what that
You had to have a child to know.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, what else you want to know?
So this will be now October 1st, 1993, and I think it's safe to say that some of the references now, I mean 16 years ago, are not going to seem perhaps all that contemporary, but I bet it'll just be fine. Have you must have seen the videotape, right? This is not the first time you've seen it?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it recently.
Yeah, honestly. Here he is now doing stand-up comedy on this stage in a segment that I had taken out of our program October 1st, 1993. Here's the very funny Bill Hicks.
Folks, I appreciate you coming out, and this is a very sentimental evening for me. It's one of my final live performances I will ever do. No biggie, no sour grapes, no bitterness whatsoever. Actually, it's good news that actually inspired this. I finally got my own TV show coming out next year on CBS. It's not a talk show. Thank God, thank Buddha, thank Krishna, thank Jesus, thank Mohammed, thank Allah, thank Confucius, thank every fucking God in the book. It's not a talk show. It is a half-hour weekly show that I will host entitled Let's Hunt and Kill Billy Ray Cyrus. So y'all will tune in? Is that what you're saying? I think it's fairly self-explanatory. Each week we let the hounds of hell loose and we chase that jarhead, no-talent, cracker asshole all over the globe. Until I finally catch that fruity little ponytail of his in the back, pull him to his knees, put a gun in his mouth. And we'll be back in 95 with Let's Hunt and Kill Michael Bolton. So, thank you very much. I'm just trying to rid the world of all these fevered egos that are tainting our collective unconscious and making us pay a higher psychic price than we imagine. In fact, that's how I pitched it to the networks, exactly. I said, I'd like to do a show where I rid the world of all these fevered egos that are tainting our collective unconscious. And the guy at CBS said, will there be titty? And, sure. Boom, a check falls in my lap. And I'm a producer. I never knew it was that easy. All these years I've been trying to write scripts and characters and plots and stories that had meaning. Will there be titty? Sure. Boom. I'm out. I'm a producer now. Where have you been all our life, boy? We've been looking for you in Hollywood. What are these titties gonna do? Jiggle? You're a fucking genius. Give me another check. I can't write enough checks for you. You've answered our prayers in Hollywood. Jiggling titties. Who would have thunk of it?
After Israel gets rid of the Palestinian, there's going to be nuclear war.
Fast forward 23 years.
Secret agent man, secret agent man. They've given you a number and taken 00 dumbass.
My name is your pain. Your mental mind.
1994, at the direction of the U.S. government intelligence cabal and the complicity of its media, Bill Hicks faked his death, underwent plastic surgery, and shortly thereafter became the character now known as Alex Jones. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. It's the truth. Alex Jones is a fake. Alex Jones is a fraud. It's all an act meant to control you. Please watch this video and think about it. One coincidence alone would probably not prove Bill Hicks and Alex Jones are the same person. But when you necessarily add up the multiple odds of these impossible coincidences, you will reach the inescapable conclusion that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. We're not talking about a mere doppelganger here. We're talking about two men who share the same face, same crooked teeth, same best friend, same obscure production company, same Texas location, same interests, etc. Alex is clearly lying about his age, and he has friends who repeatedly joke about the relationship. There's no doubt the implications are frightening. Not only is the leader of the so-called conspiracy theorists a phony, but Bill Hicks could not have pulled off faking his famous death, undergoing plastic surgery, changing his well-known identity without the assistance of the intelligence service and the full knowledge and complicity of the media. As we progress through this 15-point argument, ask yourself this question repeatedly. What are the odds? Alex Jones and Bill Hicks look very similar. They share the same gait, height, mannerisms, temper, interest, hair part, voices, shoulders, and facial biometrics.
Some people will rob their mother for the ends. Rats snitch on one another for the ends. Sometimes kids get murdered for the ends. So before we go any further, I want my ends. I knew this cat named Bill, he didn't have a dollar. He was Harvard material, Ivy League scholar, had a PhD, had an MBA, but now he's waiting tables cause his rent to pay. Companies downsizing, inflation's rising, can't find a job, he's feeling kinda stressed. Doesn't even feel the effects when he says, forgot to count how many times they've been blessed. So he falls off track, starts smoking the crack, and once it hits his brain, starts to chain react. Tells the shirt off his back, shoes off his feet. He's losing all his teeth, now he's out in the street. And all of a sudden it's like Jesse James trying to stick up his for their watches and chains. But he's from business school and he's nervous with the tools, so he ends up on his back in a bloody pool for the ends. Some people will rob their mother for the ends. Rats snitch on one another for the ends. Sometimes kids get murdered for the ends. So before we go any further, I want my ends. I knew this chick named Sally, she had a nice strut, and everywhere that I went, she was up in the cut, swinging that butt like place your head. Only rap the men's that rock the fly kid. Brand name wearing, champagne waving, jewels around the neck, lifestyle she's craving. Ain't no saving, she's doing all the spending. If you do the lending, she'll do the bending. Straight machine vending, it's money for Ted. Shopping sprees, get her on her knees. And if you hit her with the keys to your crib, you acting funny. Come home one day, find her counting out your money. From the wetlands all the way to the Apollo. If you're broke, she's spitting. If you're rich, she might swallow for the ends. Some people will rob their mother for the ends. Rats snitch on one another for the ends. Sometimes kids get murdered for the ends.
Alex Jones has to disguise his voice. It is not detected as Bill Hicks. Looking at these videos, listening to the voices of both Alex Jones and Bill Hicks when they yell and they scream, you're going to hear it's an exact match. Clear as day. Take a listen. And also I'll play my previous video that I played a few days ago on my channel. So again, you can see the similarities, the facial features, the teeth, the moles.
You know what it's like to go to sleep every night knowing you work for a bunch of psychotic killers and you bastards are probably going to end up killing me one day? You know what it's like knowing you've ruined my life? You know what it's like, you sons of bitches?
That gives me carte blanche! I got a cunt and I'm drunk! I can do anything I want!
I'm tired of your crap! You commit evil, you're part of an evil system, and we're standing up against you! And the Republic is going to defeat you in the end!
I want you to go find a fucking soul!
For all the kids you kidnapped for CPS, all you CPS workers, all you corrupt bureaucrats, all of you that have had your way with innocent children over and over again.
Take her fucking out! Take her to somewhere that's good!
Alex Jones and Bill Hicks share almost the exact same crooked teeth and spacing. By itself, this is almost conclusive evidence that they are indeed the same person. Some have disputed this allegation, but I refer any responsible person to the following photo for comparison, noting there is an approximate 20 years difference. At the very least, the teeth are a very close match. Alex Jones and Bill Hicks share the same close old friend and co-producer, Kevin Booth.
Every day is Halloween. Come to my house and I'll show you what I mean. My hair, it stands on the end. Every day they will try to make me go. We're just some religious icons just to keep my life afloat.
Me and Kevin are old friends. This is not good here on air.
This is not
we're gonna come back
good
and get
here
serious
on
about the film.
air.
This really is serious. So they're trying to block. I'm just giving medical facts here
Oh,
on air,
yeah.
buddy. All right, let's reset. Go to break. Me and Kevin are old friends. This is not good here on air.
Look, you see him catch himself? Here, oh my god. Me and Kevin are old friends, and then he caught himself.
Let's reset. Go to break. Me and Kevin are old friends. This is not good here on air.
Oh my god,
Hey,
look
we're
at
gonna come
Kevin.
back and get serious about the film. This really is
Oh,
serious. So they're
God.
trying to block
Now wait, well just wait.
attributes of hemp. Stuff that doesn't even get you high, folks. You can smoke 50 pounds of it. Blocking that is medical treatments. We're going to talk about it. You can't even grow it in America, but everywhere else in the world. We're going to talk to the cannabis
Here he
hemp
goes.
expert, though he himself abstains from it.
He's done.
Kevin Booth. All right, let's just reset and get serious. Okay. Because, you know, like with Gary Webb, the hit teams are on the way. A little bit of gallows humor here straight ahead. I'm Bill Hicks, your host. We'll be right back.
Why would Alex Jones condescendingly receive a Bill Hicks portrait and plaque from their mutual friend Kevin Booth? Where's the respect for Bill Hicks? Alex Jones was anonymous until after the death of Bill Hicks. He supposedly died in '94, and Alex Jones began making public appearances in 1996, the same year Stratford was formed. Bill Hicks and Kevin Booth made a documentary together on the Waco event, around the time of Bill's supposed death.
Hello, this is Bill and Kevin outside the Branch Davidia compound called Standing on a Compound of Fire Ants. We're outside the Branch Davidia Camp Carmel branch of the Latter-day Seventh-day Adventist Church break-off group. What do you feel about this man? There's a lot of confusion out here. It's a lot. He's out there right now, holed up.
2 years later, Alex Jones staged a confrontation with the supposed FBI agent at Waco. The purpose of this was probably just to add legitimacy to Alex Jones.
Trial, you're some kind of provocateur. In fact, you're one of those FBI agents, aren't you? Hey, we're in the middle of one of our interviews right now. I know personally, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about you either. So oh, yeah, you're not going to do anything to me. These people are murderers. These people are murderers. I'm sick and tired of hearing your lies when you machine gunned a bunch of men, women, and children. You got a big problem, buddy. You sit over here. I'm not afraid of you guys. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I'm sick of it. You sit over here and you talk about how the children huddled in the corner and how the ammunition that they had is what killed them, all the rest of your garbage. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You don't stand up for the Constitution. You stand for zip, not a zero. You have no calm aplomb. It's false, my friend. And let me tell you, a lot of people are writing down your names. You can follow people around. You can harass people. You can back up your bankster buddies. But a revolution of peaceful information's coming, and when it comes time, you people are going to be brought to punishment. You understand? Just like Nuremberg. Just taking orders doesn't cut it, my friend. You understand me?
I think I've assessed you.
Yeah, oh, you've assessed me. You listen, you can sit there and say some kind of little joke.
We have a very, very special guest. He's going to come out here. He's going to talk to you. Then he's going to bring up Dougie. I am a huge fan of his. It's an honor to bring him up here. Please keep it going for the Lord of Conspiracy, Alex Jones, everybody.
I feel sorry for you. I mean, you came out here to have a good time. And here's some great comics, and believe me, you've heard him. That last guy was absolutely amazing. Doug's great too. He's a degenerate atheist, but other than that, he's a pretty good guy. No, but seriously, I'm not a comedian, and I've heard a lot of stuff about Iraq, and I've heard some other comments about politics, and let's just go over some basic stuff here for a minute, okay? This is not a drill. This is some serious shit. All right?
Well, I'm reading this poem and it's so profound, and I like its rhythm and I like its sound by a very famous poet. No critic can criticize, and then I pause a moment and I start to realize he's telling lies, 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 lies. On the Motel TV, I dig the evangelist. He'll tell you all about that, and then he'll tell you all about this. He's preaching up a storm by the Sea of Galilee. He's mixing up the truth with something funny I start to see. He's telling lies, 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 lies. Well, I never had this problem, nobody in the government. I guess I always figured they never mean what they meant. And God help us all not to be so stone surprised when we wake up in the...
Oh,
like we did at the press conference. Now, your question. Now, your question. Now, your question. Now, your question.
I don't know. The Queen of England's my mother. Oh, actually, that'll start a new conspiracy theory. Actually, Bill Hicks is my mother. There's that conspiracy on the internet that I am really Bill Hicks. Yes. No, the government, in an immaculate conception, climbed on top of my mother, and that's how you got Alex Jones. I am the son of Obama, Bill Hicks. The whole world is a stage, and each of us players upon it. I mean, as Bill Hicks, I know that better than most.
Well,
I'm being sarcastic.
I understand that, and I agree, but today
Now, joining us for the balance of the hour is Kevin Booth. And, folks, he's really here because he was a producer for Bill Hicks. We're just going to go come clean since everybody on the Internet's exposed us. We're running scared right now. Folks, I am Bill Hicks. And I joked the other day and said that, and people said he accidentally said it. I accidentally just said it again right there.
right there, right there.
You work for Time Warner Cable?
Right there.
Is that who you work for?
I work for Alex Jones. Who do you work for?
You work for President
I work for InfoWars. INFOWARS.com. It's a website.
InfoWars.com.
Okay,
that's what I'm asking, so I can tell who you work for.
So they don't like us filming the work they're doing out here. Is that what you're saying?
InfoWars brought to you by Time Warner Cable. CNN is brought to you by Time Warner Cable. So when you watch Alex Jones debate Piers Morgan on CNN, figure it out. They're both being paid by the same company.
I'm not bragging when I say that when in the 80s, it's late 80s, my mom and dad had multiple discussions, and my dad would say, let's talk about it privately and stuff like that with my mom, so I never even heard all of it. He won't talk about it today, where the CIA tried to hire him, because I had some family that did stuff for the CIA, to be inducted in Maryland into literal below-ground bases for a 4-year secret tour. And they were hiring other top dentists that were pioneering implants. My dad pioneered implants and would, taught it at medical school and all that. And it was literally, they just said it's cybernetics, it's highly advanced. And he was...
I'm a man without conviction. I'm a man who doesn't know how to spell a contradiction. You come and go. You come and go. Come a chameleon. You come and go. You come and go.
are not like us. On the weekday, you can see the signs, you can see the signs. Don't be surprised on the weekday. Read between the lines, read between the lines. They wear the disguise, look into the mind's eye. There's nowhere to hide, all stick-coated lies. Whispers from afar, we know who you are. Windows to the stars.
I believe that that there's this agenda in mainstream media, and I think it's fairly easy to back this up, to keep people stupid, docile, and apathetic, and therefore the elite who own these corporations and the families that own the corporations, even fewer people, their agenda is to keep us stupid and apathetic. That's why I love public access, and again, thanks for having me on.
Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again.
Or I could admire someone who's a better comic than I am.
Look at my furrows of worry. Look at my big bank account and my family. Has to be real.
Or I could admire someone who's a better comic than I am.
State power will always win. We'll paint you as a child molester, and we'll paint you as a methamphetamine manufacturer. We'll say any lie we want over our propaganda machine, the mainstream media, and we'll burn you and your children in your home. So you just be apathetic, America. You stay docile, and don't you ever forget, you're free to do what we tell you.
This video will provide irrefutable and immutable proof that Bill Hicks was recruited by the CIA to become the controlled opposition of the mainstream media. Bill Hicks assumed the identity of Alex Jones as he was continuously fed approved intelligence by his CIA handlers in order to create a truth movement of false hope. The information that Agent Hicks was given was for the sole purpose of directing and leading an awakening public to only the partial truths of what the one world government is really up to.
Yes, I mean, if you talk to Alex for any length of time, you discover all kinds of things that you didn't know about the world.
We've blown it wide open.
You have. You have absolutely blown it wide open. But it leaves me with a huge question for you, Alex. And it's really, you have uncovered the New World Order, which is deadly. It's full of what you call people who are criminals. Well, this is what I'm coming to. It's full of criminals, etc., who seek to run the world and will kill anybody who gets in their way. And you are almost, or have been, a lone crusader powering against them. So how come? How are you still alive? How are you still alive? How are you still alive?
Why am I alive?
Well, no, which is yes. Listen,
Why am I alive?
which is the explanation? One, they don't exist, or two, you're part of the conspiracy.
No, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
Than we imagine. In fact, that's how I pitched it to the networks, exactly. I said, I'd like to do a show where I rid the world of all these fevered egos that are tainting our collective unconscious. And the guy at CBS said, will there be And I said, sure, I don't know, sure. Boom, a check falls in my lap, and I'm a producer. I never knew it was that easy. All these years I've been trying to write scripts and characters and plots and stories that had meaning. Will there be? Sure. Boom. I'm out. I'm a producer now. Where have you been all our life, boy? We've been looking for you in Hollywood.
In an article at Pennsylvania.com titled Forensic Odontology, Missing and Unidentified Persons, it states, dental records have been used for over 200 years in this country for the identification of deceased. The teeth are uniquely qualified for identification in many ways, but especially since they are virtually impossible to destroy. They survive fire, decomposition, and submersion in water or earth for many years. This survivability and the fact that most persons have dental records is the key to the success of dental records for the identification of deceased. Even now, with many persons having no dental restorations, the teeth and their surrounding structures provide a myriad of distinct characteristics useful in identification. For the next images, we will be paying special attention to the distinct characteristics of the two top central incisors, the bottom right cuspid, and the bottom right lateral incisor as seen in this diagram. In this first image, we have red arrows pointing to the two top central incisors. We can clearly see the noticeable trademark gap in between the incisors. There was some dental work done to shave them down slightly in order to give a slightly different appearance, but there was no work done to diminish the gap. In the second image, we direct our attention to the bottom right cuspid. In both images, the cuspid protrudes significantly, which causes the bottom right lip to slightly protrude and droop in both images. The image on the left is a little more pronounced because the heavier bottom lip was reduced in size during plastic surgery, and we can clearly see that in the image on the right, the bottom right cuspid has been ever so slightly shaved down. In this last image, we can see that the right lateral incisor sets behind both the bottom right cuspid as well as the bottom right central incisor. Though the appearance of the teeth have been altered slightly through shaving them down, the individual crookedness and displacement of the teeth have remained the same. Next, let's take a look at some other irrefutable forensic evidence into the true identity of Alex Jones. Bill Hicks had many moles, but the most defined mole that he had was below his jaw on the left side of his neck. In the image on the left, you can see where the large mole was located on Bill Hicks, and on the image on the right, you can clearly see a scar where that same mole had been removed. Most of Bill Hicks' moles were removed during plastic surgery, but if you look closely, you will find either scars, blemishes, or smaller freckles that were not removed because they were small and more likely to go unnoticed. There is absolutely no doubt that Bill Hicks knowingly, intentionally, and willfully became a fraud and deceiver of the nations. He willingly chose to become the controlled opposition of the one world government. He has full knowledge that he only reveals the partial truths to his audience in order to keep them distracted from what the one world government is really up to. Their plans, their deceptions, and their crimes are fully revealed at testimonyofthechewitnesses.com. But the forensic evidence does not end with just teeth, moles, marks, like mindsets, and actions. The most damaging evidence to prove that the Alex Jones you know today is not who he says he is. There was another Alex Jones. He was the Alex Jones who was replaced by Agent Bill Hicks. Pay very close attention to the video clips that you are about to watch.
We're sick and tired of it. We stand for this country, and we will defend it. The United Nations is a tyrannical, authoritarian propaganda arm and military arm of international control.
Well, you know, I'm mad at myself, and I've said it before, because I do a half-assed job. People say I do a good job on my TV and radio show, and to tell you the truth, I don't. This is such a war. I should be devoted to this 12 hours a day.
In my arms. Yeah, that's Alex Jones, baby. All right, we're talking about some serious issues today. We're talking about how they got us divided. It should not be front page news that Fuzzy Zeller said something racist, even though he's an old, fat racist. Who cares about an old, fat racist that says something about an awesome man, Asian, African-American, who's worth probably $100 million? Who cares about words? We're Americans. We're all together in this boat. The man with the plan is here, Jeff Davis. What do you have to say?
It's like you said, Alex, keep the small fish in turmoil so the big fish can rob and rule over.
That's it.
That's the game plan.
That's it.
All of the images that you're about to see came from the videos that you have just viewed, all of which were created in 1997. The image on the left was taken from a video produced on April 24th, 1997. In it we see a man who appears to be in his mid-20s. The image on the right was also taken from a video produced in 1997. In it we see a man who appears to be much older, with a completely different nose, different colored hair, and not nearly as lean and physically fit as the individual on the left. His neck is much thicker, as in chubbier, and his overall skull structure appears noticeably different. It is important to note that the individual on the left has a much more prominent brow ridge and well-defined cheekbones. Again, we have a much younger and leaner individual on the left, and an older, thicker individual on the right. Looking at their necks, we see the individual on the left has well-defined neck muscles and a well-defined jawline. The individual on the right does not have well-defined neck muscles or jawline. Also, we have a much clearer image of the hairline, and the individual on the left actually appears to have a noticeably different hairline than the one on the right. The eyebrows and hair are also noticeably different in color, thickness, and texture. Again, we have two completely different individuals. The body builds are completely different, as well as a completely different facial structure. The individual on the right has much darker hair, especially considering that the image was taken outside. The individual on the left is very lean and muscular, and the one on the right, while he may have some muscle build, he is far from lean. It is important to note that at this time, in 1997, Jones would have only been 23 years old. While Bill Hicks spent a lot of time practicing and imitating the person of Alex Jones, certain genetic features were missed during the plastic surgery. So what happened to the first Alex Jones? Was he taken out by the CIA and replaced by Agent Bill Hicks? Was he paid off to disappear and then be replaced by Agent Bill Hicks? Or was the first Alex Jones also a CIA agent, and for whatever reason he was unable to fulfill his current assignment, so he needed to be replaced? While it is unclear who the first Alex Jones really was or what happened to him, what is clear is that there was a replacement. A replacement who had begun his career as a comedian and is now an actor in a reality show of false hope. He is a quite convincing actor whose true identity is William Melvin Hicks.
Did you see that? Did everyone see that?
It is important for the viewer of this video to know that Bill Hicks is 12 years older than what his character, Alex Jones, claims to be. That being said, let's play a little game. How old is that man? $30 or $42? $32 or $44? $35 or $47? $39 or $51?
Going from a comedian to a journalist was not a difficult transition for Bill Hicks. He had already begun his new journalism career when he went to Waco.
Today is day 7 outside the compound of the mount called Mount Carmel of the Branch Davidian breakaway group of the Latter-day Saints Seventh-day Adventist group, Yahweh Division. Back to you, Tom.
But more than that, Bill Hicks was given a specific role to play, a role that he had also incorporated into his comedy.
My friends, the information that you are about to witness from all of my years of research is the most important. It's been hidden in plain view the entire time. This is the ultimate secret, and it's about to be exposed. We don't play ball. They'll just turn the economy off. Well, here, we'll just turn you off politically, knowing you're behind it, because this only works, you kleptocratic con men scum, if no one knows that you didn't do it. You got to get angry, you got to find your humanity, and you got to start kicking some New World Order ass in the info war.
Ooh, the anger dollar, huge. Huge in times of recession. Giant market. Bill's very bright to do that.
There are a lot of people out there that are literally drinking Kool-Aid with lead, mercury, and arsenic in it under the direction of a charismatic leader with the last name of Jones, who also for quite some time claimed that you could make $1 million a year if you were to convince other people to drink the Kool-Aid as well. No, I'm not talking about Jim Jones from Jonestown in Guyana. I'm talking about Alex Jones from Infowars.com and his Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
What'd you do tonight, honey? Oh, we made arsenic childhood food now. Good night. Did you see that? Did everyone see that?
As you have just heard in Bill Hicks' stand-up routine, he is very familiar with how marketing is used to manipulate and deceive the general population. Those very tactics are the same tactics that he uses to deceive the awakening public. As seen earlier in the video, Bill Hicks uses real-world events and situations in his comedy routines. Bill Hicks was well aware of what his future role as a producer would entail, as he often spoke of it to his audience under the guise of comedy. He knew exactly what he was doing when he became Alex Jones. Once the public began to eat up the partial truths that Bill Hicks was feeding them under his disguise of Alex Jones, he desperately needed a cover story to conceal the large government paycheck that he was collecting. He needed a cover story that people would buy as to why he had so much money. Buy? Yes, buy. He first began by collecting a group of sponsors to plug and sell their products on his show in order to create the illusion that it is his viewers that keep the InfoWars up and running. But Bill Hicks did not stop there. He rapidly began to produce his own line of products to sell, such as his Survival Shield Iodine, Super Male and Female Vitality, as well as a line of gimmicks such as belt buckles, t-shirts, and more. We are currently living in the worst recession in history. That being said, who has extra money to spend on such products? Hardly anyone who follows and listens to InfoWars has extra money to splurge on such products. And why is that? Because the controlled opposition is specifically designed to target the lower middle class of the American population. It is this lower middle class of people who flock to InfoWars and eat up the partial truths as to how and why their government is keeping them in a state of poverty. Bill Hicks does a very good job at presenting the illusion that his products are rapidly selling.
But those are almost sold out. One is nickel, silver nickel plated, pure bronze, made in the USA. Those are almost completely sold out. We've got some of the straight bronze ones left that I think are just as good. But we've got 500 of each of the new Molon Labe. And when they're gone, they're collectors. That's it. And these will sell out quickly. They're $45.
He uses common marketing statements in order to make the viewer believe that there are only a few products left in stock and that he is really trying to get more.
Look, listen, we're going to keep selling the Survival Shield. It's excellent, the regular. And it's great for kids and things because it's not as strong as this. And I got to be honest, folks, we can't even keep enough of this in.
We have all heard similar statements, especially in regards to his snake oil products. InfoWars has rapidly become nothing more than a very long infomercial.
The most telling way to determine whether or not somebody is controlled opposition is by listening to how the facts are presented. Some facts may only be partially presented, and then some are completely hidden. Often, there are blatant lies presented to the unsuspecting public in order to create a specific reaction.
The war in Chechnya is raging in Grozny with, well, reports of hundreds of thousands dying. 20 to 40,000 civilians trapped in the city. Russian Hinds are being shot down. Tanks are being blown to bits. Massive Grad unguided rocket attacks are being launched on the city indiscriminately right now. Air and artillery bombardments as well. It's absolutely out of control. It is pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you the news first on Y2K. The newest developments, the Pennsylvania nuclear plant has been shut down. One of the main systems transferring the power from it failed, but they say it's not a Y2K problem. And the things I'm experiencing here in Austin, Texas, the shelves are empty of water and some gas stations are running out of fuel.
But also, another way to discern a controlled opposition is when you see the person completely change their opinion, story, or recant a previous statement. In fact, it was one particular moment that encouraged us to take a closer look into Alex Jones, and it was then that we discovered who he really was.
I want you to realize I'm not making this stuff up. Like, I shouldn't even quasi-joke around about Michelle being a tranny. That was wrong. And not that they even attack me for it. End justifies the means. I just get real cynical in a bad mood sometimes and make sick jokes out of things.
But Bill Hicks was not joking. He was very serious and quite troubled by the revelation of Michelle Obama's true gender. It was obvious that he did not know the truth about this until he saw the video, irrefutable proof that Michelle Obama is a man. Bill Hicks believed that he knew everything, but he completely fell apart on his live broadcast when the revelation of Michelle Obama's true gender became too much for him to contain.
And she always wears these weird fluffy things around her waist, and her shoulders are wide enough to put 3 men's heads on. And of course, you know the classic thing of a male. You could have 3 heads on a male's shoulders and only another head on a woman's shoulder, or 1/2 of a head on each side. That's a well-known thing in anatomy. And I saw an online video that I may air today, and we may look into this, talking about Michelle Obama looking like a man and how they only released photos of her with her hands up, covering her shoulders, or her turned at an angle. And I started looking at it with Joan Rivers saying she's a transvestite. And I'd been hearing this for years, and I thought, come on. I know Obama was raised by a transvestite and the rest of it, and I'm not getting into bashing people. That's not my cup of tea. But I started to really last night look at videos of this and look at photos of her in the official White House photo, and she looks like an NBA center. I mean, she looks more like Shaquille O'Neal than a black woman.
The mistake that Bill Hicks made was that he did not check with his CIA handlers before broadcasting his discovery. He even went as far as presenting a special report about Michelle Obama's true gender.
Well, you never know what to expect on the Alex Jones show, and this morning the topic came up that Michelle Obama might be a man. I know that might sound ridiculous, but is it? After all, there are many questions surrounding the president's past, and now people are starting to question the sexual orientation of the First Lady. Alex Jones has a special report on that from our new television studio in Austin, Texas. But first, here's what Joan Rivers had to say to kick the controversy into the mainstream.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Joan Rivers talked about it in the last few days, and it's a big international news story. The question is, who is Michelle Obama? Is she really a woman? Is she a man? Every time I look at Michelle or Michael Obama, the first lady or the first tranny, every time I look at them, something doesn't look right. She doesn't look like any black woman or any woman I've ever known. She's got shoulders that are wider than a man's, which physiologically doesn't happen. Again, you can put 3 heads on a man's shoulders and only 2 heads on a woman's shoulders. That's a known anatomy. And then women generally have wider hips than men do. And you look at her arms and the rest of it, when she's standing straight on, she looks like no woman I have ever seen, except for people who have had different chromosomal disorders who choose to be a woman. And I've got the statistics and the numbers right here in front of me. We're seeing more and more of these chromosomal disorders because of all the toxic waste and GMO that's been introduced. One of them is the Klinefelter syndrome, or the double XY, where you basically are part female, part male, and then generally around puberty or even younger, the person needs to choose who they're going to be. But Joan Rivers, obviously, while officiating at a gay wedding, was basically asked about if America would accept this. And you know, she said, well, we already have a gay president and his transvestite wife. You know, for me, this isn't really a laughing matter, because not just the sexuality, but the very genetics of the human species across the board is being manipulated.
Bill Hicks even goes as far as throwing a red herring into his spill about Michelle Obama's true gender by suggesting, even in the special report, that Michelle Obama may have Klinefelter syndrome. Unfortunately for Bill Hicks, his theory has failed him, as Michelle Obama has no symptoms of this genetic disorder. But since Bill Hicks really isn't a true journalist, we are not surprised that he didn't do any research into Klinefelter syndrome. The treatment for Klinefelter syndrome is hormone therapy by increasing the amount of testosterone, because it is testosterone that the man lacks, which causes a male to have more feminine features. It was certainly not Michelle Obama's feminine features that led to the production of irrefutable proof that Michelle Obama is a man. But even if he suggested that Michelle Obama had a female form of Klinefelter syndrome, which is called Turner syndrome, we would have found fallacies in that theory as well. While Klinefelter syndrome causes a man to be tall of stature with feminine features, Turner syndrome causes a woman to be very short of stature with masculine features, and in either case, it would cause infertility. It was then that he was contacted and told to completely recant everything. It wasn't long after making this statement that Joan Rivers had died under suspicious circumstances. And so, what does Bill Hicks do? He presents another special report, recanting his previous statements yet again by stating that he was joking, like Joan Rivers.
Some people are going to say that Joan Rivers was killed because she joked around a month ago saying that Obama was gay and that Michelle Obama was a tranny.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
We joked around about that as well. The mainstream media picked it up as if we were being serious. But I don't think she was killed by the Obama administration by doing that.
As you can clearly see, Bill Hicks was not joking. He was very serious. But things got very serious for him when he was contacted by his CIA handlers and ordered to completely recant his previous statements. And this is controlled opposition.
Here you go, America. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you.
Bill Hicks was not just a great comedian. He was well informed about what was going on in our society. But instead of just revealing the truth to the people, he made jokes about it. His comedy included the government poisoning our children, abortion, the ignorance of society, people believing that everything is okay, and that there is a power elite of people who own, run, and control everything. It is important to note that it is impossible for someone like Bill Hicks to fake their death without government involvement, as this would be necessary in order to falsify death records. This fact was the clue that led us to realize that there was a direct CIA involvement, as they must know that Bill Hicks assumed the identity of Alex Jones. Otherwise, they wouldn't be very intelligent, now would they? Apparently, Bill Hicks is not very careful with his words. It is the blatant lies, partial truths, and things that he refuses to speak about on InfoWars that have led many people to discover that he is not who he says he is. In our case, it was when he completely recanted his previous statements regarding Michelle Obama's true gender that encouraged us to take a closer look into the InfoWars deception.
Every time I look at Michelle or Michael Obama, the first lady or the first tranny, every time I look at them, something doesn't look right. She doesn't look like any black woman or any woman I've ever known. She's got shoulders that are wider than a man's, which physiologically doesn't happen. I want you to realize I'm not making this stuff up. In fact, I shouldn't even quasi-joke around about Michelle being a tranny. That was wrong. And not that they even attack me for it. End justifies the means. I just get real cynical in a bad mood sometimes and make sick jokes out of things. Some people are going to say that Joan Rivers was killed because she joked around a month ago saying that Obama was gay and that Michelle Obama was a tranny.
You know Michelle is a tranny.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
We joked around about that as well. The mainstream media picked it up as if we were being serious.
There are many people around the world who have caught on to the fact that InfoWars is a controlled opposition front for the One World government. The One World government's plans are in full swing and are rapidly moving forward. Through the mainstream media and controlled oppositions, they are working desperately to keep the public distracted as their plans are unfolding. And what they have planned for you, the viewer of this video, is laid out in its entirety at testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com. But you had better fasten your seatbelt, because the truth can be quite surprising to hear.
I am really Bill Hicks, yes. I am the son of Obama, Bill Hicks. Folks, I am Bill Hicks. I am Bill Hicks. Come on.
Maybe the form of chain smoking, hard drinking, truth-speaking Bill Hicks is now playing a vitamin-pushing, hard-cleansing, truth-speaking Alex Jones. The confession of Alex Jones at the end is maybe another pinnacle of the deception, again telling the truth as a comedic act. Shirley high-tempered for the BBC in Austin, Texas.
The sun, the moon, the stars.
Thank you, Shirley. Let's have a look at this revealing video in which Bill Hicks is not only speaking the truth, but states unequivocally he will be retiring in 1994.
This evening. We have one of the finest Texas comedians there is. It's Mr. Bill Hicks.
But I have expanded beyond Texas, but I'm from here. So.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Houstonian. Cool. Well, that's great. What, you just have like this whole music concept going on? You got maybe a rock opera going on behind you?
Well, you know, we did it with this third album, which hadn't been released yet, called Arizona Bay. And Arizona Bay is what will exist when LA falls into the ocean due to a major earthquake. It's an album filled with hope. Yeah. And the rest of the world looking like Eden. Not realizing the peace that will ensue when those shrieking idiot fractured egos are shut up for once and for all. And also, imagine the joy you're going to feel in your heart when you see the cast of Full House being eaten by sharks on CNN over and over again. On CNN over and over again.
If he ain't old enough.
I don't know. I'm wondering how much bull can the world put up with before nature just breaks? How much illusion can the world suffer before nature just snaps in half?
Yeah.
It could be any minute.
It might be happening as
That's
we
why I
sit here.
just moved from LA.
Yeah. So you're residing in Texas again? Or 2255, whatever way you look at it. And I promise we're not going to censor you tonight, man. You can say what you like.
Yeah, well, I have no evidence. Oh, we are live. There's no way to do it. Good.
That's true.
Cool.
Yeah. So what about...
Had deemed the material. These are quotation marks. Unsuitable for the viewing public and for the Letterman audience. And I made them be construed as pro-life if you wanted to make that argument.
Yeah.
Anyway, they counted that as one of the quote-unquote hot points that I touched on. Here's the punchline. That's right. And actually, we live in the U.S. of A., United States of Advertising. Freedom of expression is guaranteed if you've got the money. Okay.
Just for the price. Jeez, man.
I believe that that there's this agenda in mainstream media, and I think it's fairly easy to back this up, to keep people stupid, docile, and apathetic. And the elite who own these corporations and the families that own the corporations, even fewer people, their agenda is to keep us stupid and apathetic. That's why I love public access. For the alleged, here they are again, no proof, no evidence, assassination attempt against George Bush. And I was thinking, well, let me think. A frustrated rock guitarist with a messianic complex, armed to the teeth, trying to screw everything in a skirt. I hate to tell you this, he sounds like every one of my friends in Austin.
Everybody out there.
I don't mean to be so talkative, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, well, you know. They've got tomorrow night to check you out live and in person.
I'm going to be forced by then.
Oh, man. Is there going to be any special appearances? I heard maybe Ruth Buzzy was coming out.
Well, I channel Ruth Buzzy for the older people.
Yeah.
You know me, I aim to please.
Exactly. You hit all those crowds.
I'm a performing monkey boy. You throw up a hoop, I'll jump through it.
Oh, boy. Well, y'all can see him jumping through hoops at the Laugh Stop tomorrow night, and smoking, I'm sure.
On the special glasses. I'm sorry, I just did put on the special glasses. I'm sorry, I just did mushrooms in Fredericksburg about 3 months ago. I had my third eye squeegee.
Is that where you got those glasses in Fredericksburg?
There's a special contact lens you can't see right here. I was going to get it blue, but I thought that was a bit...
Peach is Fredericksburg color.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out there tripping with the Germans.
Well, we're going to take a few more calls and get to a video, and we'll be back.
About that David Letterman stuff, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm not watching that show anymore. David quit sucking that. I'm behind you 100%, man.
Well, I say that I keep going back for more. Bill, we love you because you're so edgy and hip. But when you come on our show, could you not be that way? And I made the mistake of doing it, thinking that, oh, well, you know, I'll rewrite everything. But I would rather be on Dave's show here on Public Access than play to 3 million yahoos who think they're watching something radical or rebellious.
Yeah, and I was also...
Anyway, that's why this performance at the Laugh Stop will be my last performance in the US of A for at least a year. Will be my last performance.
Wow. Wow.
For whatever that's worth.
Bill Hicks' final performance.
Final performance. You know, I feel kind of dumb because I have retired more times than Sinatra, but this is for real.
Are you knocking on Ozzy's door now?
I can't go back. I can't do anymore. I don't feel it. Satan left me. He reneged on the deal.
Oh, man.
Satan left me. He reneged on the deal. It's like Noam Chomsky said, the emperor wears no clothes, but he doesn't like to be told it. Those emperors.
It's a good way, yeah.
Rant in E minor that they're going to be scored with music that I and my producer Kevin Booth write and play, along with drums and other instruments. But
Kevin Booth of Electric Ladies Man fame.
Kevin Booth of Electric Ladies Man fame, and also the Sacred Cow Productions.
Exactly. What a guy.
Right. Kevin and I have been friends since we were 15 years old, and since we were 15, he's been recording me, and he really knows how to record me well.
He's a great producer kind of guy.
He's great video. But I'm kind of at peace with myself as well. I don't really care anymore. There are venues and there are avenues, but they are not going to be mainstream. But that's why I love public access. That's why England has opened up for me, and HBO was nice enough not to edit anything except due to time constraints. And I think there's a change coming up, man. You can't put out puerile crap 24 hours because eventually there's going to be chaos in the streets, which there already is.
Yeah.
Because people are frustrated not having their voice of reason confirmed. And everyone has that voice of reason that goes, this is bull, man. What I'm watching is bull. And yet, the media does not confirm it. So after a while, people begin to think they're insane. And that's the bummer about it. But that's why I love non-mainstream stuff, because you actually hear honest emotions. And that's what you won't hear on mainstream TV ever, is honest emotions.
Well, I think, you know, the media has sold...
Why am I yelling at you? I'm sorry.
I don't know. Well, at least you're passionate about it. And I'm, you know, that's always good to see.
Any of the foreign affairs of the U.S. government is, at best, cynical and completely doubtful that their motives or our motives are anything other than the elite maintaining the status quo. As far as the Palestinians specifically, you know, they were there, they need their land, and Israel is a satellite of this country. We sell them nuclear weapons, and you can just imagine what kind of deal the Palestinians are going to get.
Yeah.
Probably because it's a third world cuisine, and we're entering into the third world here. We're entering into the third world here. I sold out. I can't do it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Willie.
The woman with the rose tattoo.
Don't you just have to avert your eyes when you watch that? Oh, Willie. Oh, Willie. We feel for you, Willie.
IRS is what I
about burritos.
Let's see that.
I'm waiting for the woman with the rose tattoo, and I'm eating a taco too. Oh my God, I owe so much money.
So what do you prefer, your bearded motif here, or do you like clean shaven?
I like the beard. I'm going through a Rasputin stage in my life right now. As long as there's villages and women who can be excited by goat men, Yeah, I'm willing to travel.
Goat men with cigarettes.
Goat man with cigarettes.
Thanks for your call.
That's a good question. I mean, look, I'm just cynical about state power, man. I'm sorry, I always will be. I always will be.
You have to be with
and their
track
propaganda.
record.
Exactly.
You have to be.
Okay, cool. They could really be Goat Boy.
Yeah, sure.
Really? Really?
This is how they've tried to control the narrative.
And they are the enemy. We don't use that as semantical, like it's fun, like we're in the fort fighting pirates when we're 7 years old. We're here in the real fort fighting the globalists from deep in the heart of Texas, and we know who they are. The enemy. We're men, we're women, we know what we're up against, and that's what it's all about. Getting your head around the fact that the mainstream media is the enemy.
Real implication is why no mainstream media is
So we should refer to them. We've had this debate for years. It's now crystal clear.
This tells you
can add other verbal names to it and other descriptions. Prostitutes, Decepticons, enemy collaborator media, propagandists, fraudsters, liars, arrogant scum, deceivers. Really? Predatory media.
This is how they're trying to control the narrative.
Propaganda
this
placement.
is the moment.
But really, it's just when you refer to the enemy CNN, the enemy of the American people, the enemy of humanity CNN, the enemy of humanity MSNBC, the enemy of humanity the Justice Department, the enemy of humanity the IRS, the enemy of humanity ISIS. The enemy of humanity. The enemy. 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 I might have to say it very calmly.
For the record, let's not mince words. Our very lives depend upon truth. Everybody's hawking products, though. That's the highest thing you can achieve in our culture. It becomes a barter.
Alex Jones? Did you hear he funds his own operation? He sells T-shirts and books and videos and non-GMO seeds and high-quality water filters. And then he funds his own operation? That is so evil. It's so shameful. It's like he's a televangelist preacher or something.
I was crucified, died for 3 days, resurrected, and waited 2,000 years to return to earth. It's Miller time. What did I say? Some of y'all are starting to pull back on me. What's the deal? They're putting music to age germs, putting a drum machine behind them and a metronome beat and Ted Turner's colorizer. These aren't even really people, man. It's a CIA plot to make you think malls are good. You see?
The devil only knows how to con people and manipulate people because he is a magician. He is a deceiver. He is a fraud. He is a lie. He is not
1/1 what the Creator is. To hell with the devil. Straight to the pit with Satan. Down with Satan in the name of Jesus Christ. Get behind me, Satan! Down with the devil. Down with the fraud. Get out of the road. Get behind me.
You understand that?
Yeah. We have the Army documents that are public that they're setting all this up. Nobody cares about that. Yeah, like all the official chemtrail admissions. Nobody cares. But it's a huge viral story that I'm Bill Hicks.
Humanity.
I'll come clean on you.
And this great challenge
videos tomorrow. Alex Jones admits it.
The war on the family. It's all coming down. It's all going down. It's the test. We're going through the fire.
51.
Through and beyond. In the animating contest of liberty.
40.
The devil doesn't give you the
And that's what you won't hear on mainstream TV ever, is honest emotions. So I think, cool, man, what I'm watching is cool. And yeah,
soul to me, and I will give you gifts. The devil will do nothing but pervert the gifts of the Creator.
We are made, think about that, in the image of the master builder, the supreme architect of the universe. And idiots will go, that's a Masonic. No, the Bible says the heavens are the handiwork, the signature. Of course they are. All of it. This whole creation.
We are made in the image and the likeness in our mind, in our body, in our form of the supreme entity that has built the entire interdimensional system that our minds cannot even begin to imagine. And the devil has a good idea of that. And the devil wants that because the devil is never a maker. The devil is a taker and a twister and a counterfeiter from the beginning and a fraud. With a false light of black sunshine.
I'm a dreamer. I am available for children's parties, by the way. Those of you who have a youngin' coming of age, don't want to go the traditional clown balloon animal route. Could have been worse. Boy, dying was a good career move, man. He skyrocketed, wasn't it? What was he gonna do? Get more unpopular if he'd lived? Would that have been sad? A real poor Elvis touring with Steppenwolf and shit. Wouldn't that have been gross? Thank you. Brand new Chevette, honey. Thank you. I wish I was Elvis. I could. I wish I was Elvis. I could.
Yes, I am Bill Hicks.
You dogged me, pal.
Just another nail in the coffin proving Alex Jones and Bill Hicks are one and the same. In this video clip, you're going to hear Alex Jones mention Bill Hicks. Then he has this big smile on his face. Just mockery, like I pointed out in my previous videos, how they love to mock. And then I also play a clip showing Alex Jones changing his voice, altering his voice, just like I've showed in my other videos, proving that Bill Hicks alters his voice to play this character of Alex Jones.
Down here at the legendary Access Studios, where Bill Hicks was interviewed.
You dogged me, pal.
By Lord Booth. This is where I started out, was here at this building, Access Television, about 9 years ago. This is Billy Johnson calling from New York. We have got your award here, and we'd like to present it to you at the midterm 2004 World Tiddlywinks Championship. So we'd like to see what you can do with those tiddlywinks. I hear you can, well, flip them like nobody else in the world possibly can, Mrs. Sandler. We do appreciate you calling us. And remember that Alex Jones is a very dangerous character. So you work with someone of that type of caliber. Very wicked.
And with this scene right here with Alex Jones at a private party changing his voice, altering his voice, you can clearly hear and see the Bill Hicks mannerisms come out. 100%, no doubt about it. If you can't see it, you're completely blind.
Yo, yo, yo. Who is like Kevin Boots, like badass, man?
So what do you think about like people saying that Bill Hicks was killed?
Is people saying that? The government got Bill?
Bill Hicks probably was killed by Wonder Bread and
I thought it was orange drink that killed him.
You drink a lot of orange drink?
Never heard of it.
I don't worry about it.
People are saying that the government killed Bill Hicks.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yes.
Have you found that it's true?
And you heard orange drink mentioned as killing Bill Hicks. And of course, orange is 33 in numerology. 33 is the highest degree in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. It's all an inside joke referring to the Freemasons, those that control this world, are behind the killing of the Bill Hicks character. But he still lives in Alex Jones. Of RT's Max Kaiser working with Alex Jones during a radio broadcast. Here's an image of Max Kaiser with RT. Clearly see the Masonic hand sign. Here's Max Kaiser with Alex Jones. I'm going to play this clip. Max Kaiser makes a reference to Bill Hicks and Alex Jones. Just more mockery, same as usual.
Put your headphones on so you can talk to the listeners.
I'm not Bill Hicks. I am not Bill Hicks. I've never been Bill Hicks.
He knows the secret.
Okay. I'm
Kaiser,
Bill Hicks.
stop it.
I'm not. No, not me. I'm not.
I am Bill Hicks. Come on. Wes in Indiana, you're on the air.
You dog me, pal.
Now, with Bill Hicks supposedly passing away in 1994, they say he was 32 years old. Born 1961, supposedly died in 1994. 61 to 94, that is 33 years. Now, taking a look at Alex Jones, supposedly born in 1974 and 41 years old. Now, taking a look at this photo of Alex Jones, does he look like he's 41 to you? No way. This man is in his mid-50s, and it just so happens Bill Hicks would be 54 years old. And that's exactly what you have here, a 54-year-old man standing right in front of you. And I get the same thing over and over with those that are simply just deceived and can't see the truth. They refuse to see and understand what's right in front of them. They keep saying the same thing over and over again. Well, Alex Jones is 5'10", and Bill Hicks is 6'1", so there's no way they could be the same person. That's the false information they feed you, so you're going to fall for the lies. Understand, this is Kevin Booth with Bill Hicks at Waco, Texas, back in the 90s. And what do you see? Kevin Booth is approximately 1 inch taller than Bill Hicks. Now look at this more recent photo with Kevin Booth giving an award to Alex Jones, an image of Bill Hicks, a plaque. How obvious can it be? This is flat out mockery. Now let's take a look at the height of Kevin Booth. He's approximately 1 inch taller than Alex Jones. Again, Bill Hicks, same height as Alex Jones. How people can't see this is beyond me. Now I'm going to play my previous video again, proving without a shadow of a doubt that Bill Hicks and Alex Jones are one and the same. Alex Jones has to disguise his voice, but is not detected as Bill Hicks. Looking at these videos, listening to the voices of both Alex Jones and Bill Hicks when they yell and they scream, you're going to hear it's an exact match, clear as day. Take a listen, and also I'll play my previous video that I played a few days ago on my channel. So again, you can see the similarities, the facial features, the teeth, the moles.
You know what it's like to go to sleep every night knowing you work for a bunch of psychotic killers and you bastards are probably going to end up killing me one day? You know what it's like knowing you've ruined my life? You know what it's like, you sons of bitches? That gives me carte blanche! I got a cunt and I'm drunk! I can do anything I want! I'm tired of your crap! You commit evil, you're part of an evil system, and we're standing up against you! And the Republic is going to defeat you in the end! I want you to go find a fucking soul! For all the kids you've kidnapped for CPS, all you CPS workers, all you corrupt bureaucrats, all of you that have had your way with innocent children over and over again. Take her fucking out! Take her to somewhere that's good!
I covered this topic many times on my old channel, stating Alex Jones is nothing but a character played by Bill Hicks, a creation of the so-called elite with Ted Turner owning and controlling InfoWars. And I'll prove that later on in this video. With the policeman confronting one of Alex Jones' employees. And the policeman reads off the ID card and it says Time Warner. Of course, CNN is owned and controlled by Time Warner. And that's why you see Alex Jones frequently on CNN. They're all one and the same, all working together. Left and right, divide and conquer. Again, just a character created by Time Warner, basically Ted Turner. And one thing to understand with the name Alex Jones, it just so happens to be 33 in numerology. How clear can it be? And this is why they came up with this fake, phony name for this fake, phony character. And people keep saying the same thing over and over again. Well, Alex Jones sounds nothing like Bill Hicks. Simple. People can disguise their voices. He's obviously has that fake voice. You can hear him. This is Alex Jones. It's fake. Complete garbage voice. Completely manufactured. Bill Hicks is not going to play himself when he's playing the role of Alex Jones. Understand that. It's so simple. So many deceived people out there that don't get it. Now with this clip I'm about to play, you're going to hear Alex Jones admit he's Bill Hicks. And of course, it's mockery. He's telling you the truth in a joking way. This is how the so-called elite and their minions operate. They work off mockery. Take a listen.
Are you rolling? You ready for this? I can't believe it's come to this, but they cornered me. I've got to be honest. It's gotten too big. I've just got to admit it right now. Okay. This is just really hard for me to do. I've been doing this so long, it's hard to give up. Give up on the character and go back to who I really was. You got me.
You dog me, pal.
Are you happy now? You bastards? Yes, I am Bill Hicks. Or to be more accurate, you didn't get it all, did you? You didn't get the full conspiracy. I played the character, Bill Hicks, for 15 years with my accomplice, Kevin Booth. And we fooled you all. The master actor, the master genius. And then I decided to bring forward an even more incredible persona, that of Alex Jones. I carried on the charade for more than 15 years. Kevin, don't mess me up. Known as Bill Hicks, I carried out the fraud for my accomplice, Kevin Booth. Hold on, I'm gonna say it better. Hold on.
And this is how they love to mock. Just look at Alex Jones, the character Alex Jones, showing his teeth. For what purpose is he showing his teeth? Nothing but mockery. Look at this canine here, and look at it here. This is an exact match. Look at the front teeth. You can see that gap. See that gap right there. 100% the same person. No doubt about it. And with these side-by-side images of a young Bill Hicks and an older Bill Hicks, you can clearly see those two moles, the same exact spot. Believe this is a coincidence? Not a chance. And here's a photo of Bill Hicks as Alex Jones. He claims he was born in 1974. And of course, this is to throw off the connection with Bill Hicks. Alex Jones, again, nothing but a character. No way this old man is 41 years old. No way. And a side-by-side with Bill Hicks and the character of Alex Jones he plays. Look at that jaw, how it's a perfect match. How the eye droops. Of course, he had a color. His eyebrows, his hair. Same person. People can't see it. They're completely blind. And here's two images of Bill Hicks when he was doing stand-up. So when he was younger, didn't look like Alex Jones as much as he does today. You take a look here. You can see that slow transformation as he ages. You can see clearly looks more like Alex Jones than here. So if you compare this photo of Bill Hicks, Alex Jones, you're not going to see it as much. But again, with age, clearly see it. Of course, devil horns, saying who he is affiliated with, so-called elite. Like all the puppets, they throw up the devil horn, just like Bill Hicks does today. They don't say with words, but they show their allegiance with signs and symbols. In this interview with Jerome Corsi, during this broadcast, Jerome Corsi refers to Alex Jones as Bill, referring to Bill Hicks.
Proof of cover-up is the proof of guilt.
Yeah, and we just wrote this e-book, question of eligibility, under my name, Jerome Corsi, and Mike Zollo, D-U-L-L-O. We lay all this out, just like we did at the press conference. Now, your question.
And going back in time, when Bill Hicks was covering the Waco incident with his friend Kevin Booth, you can clearly see as Bill Hicks ages, he looks more and more like the current Alex Jones. Like I said, this is Kevin Booth, who is Alex Jones' producer today. Now let's look at Bill Hicks today, of course, playing Alex Jones with Kevin Booth. Now listen to this segment. This is from a couple years back. And again, this is how they love to mock. Right in your face.
Reset, got a break. Me and Kevin are old friends. This is not good here on air. Hey.
There you go. Inside joke. People are not going to get it. These two are playing you for fools if you believe them. Now, during this interview, listen to Kevin Booth mention Bill Hicks. Talk about how if Bill Hicks was reincarnated, this is another inside joke, mocking the listeners. And Kevin Booth is really talking to Bill Hicks himself. Take a listen.
Doing this, but I've actually also discovered something new, which would be ultimately ironic, and that was who was born only days after Bill died, who would be, in fact, if anybody can guess this during the duration of the show, who was born just a matter of days after Bill died, who would be the actual ironic thing if Bill was to have been reincarnated as somebody.
Oh. And look at that smile. Complete joke, how these people love to mock. This is the satanic way of mockery. One might not believe in God and the devil, but these people do. It's all about mockery. And if you don't believe it, take a listen to this entire interview with Kevin Booth. He talks about how he likes to put backmasking in his projects. This is the satanic way of doing things in reverse, doing things in opposite. Now I'm going to play a clip from my previous channel showing how Ted Turner owns and controls...
You dog me, pal!
Wars used to own WCW wrestling and understand with pro wrestling, what they do is exactly what they did with Bill Hicks. They repackaged him and they made a character named Alex Jones. Just like they did in professional wrestling, where they get many wrestlers and after time they repackage them as new characters. Same exact concept, again, what they did with Alex Jones. One thing else I want to show, how Ted Turner, CNN center, is on the 33rd parallel. And Ted Turner, last name Turner is 33, numerology. This is the 33 Club.
More American servicemen are
dying now.
Suicide.
From suicide over there than are dying in combat.
I mean, that's shocking, isn't it?
Well, no, I think it's good.
Right there, right there.
You work for Time Warner Cable?
Right there.
Is that who you work for?
I work for Alex Jones. Who do you work for?
You work for President
I work for
Time
InfoWars. INFOWARS.com. It's a website.
InfoWars.com.
Yeah,
that's what I'm asking, so I can tell who you work for.
So you're go to Terry in Georgia. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, how are you?
Good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got something for you. We have, of course, the NDAA, which is totally unconstitutional. But they don't follow the Constitution anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The problem that I have is a judge, says, hey, we're not going to. No, this is not constitutional. We're not going to accept this. This is not for the American people. And then their lawyers go around, turn around, and overturn it right away. The problem that we have is that information is at the speed of light. And with that information, like back in 1776, information didn't travel like this. They're spying on everything that we do. But that's good.
You dog me, pal.
As I've stated many times, the shills run in packs. And you see Joe Rogan with Bill Hicks, a.k.a. Alex Jones. People, they go way back. And, of course, Joe Rogan was friends with Bill Hicks as well. And, of course, here he is together with the character of Alex Jones. These people are playing you if you believe them. 100% shills. Joe Rogan wouldn't have his spot in the UFC on TV unless he was a shill himself. People need to wake up and realize there are no heroes in the mainstream, the alternative media. They're all playing you for fools.
You dog me, pal.
So I've been working, so everybody's been talking about Alex Jones. Actually, Jay gave me a hint. She was like, everybody's talking about Alex Jones. And I said, that kind of makes sense. I've been talking about him because he's shilling big time. And there's something, I'm telling you, there's something going on with that show right now. The Joe Biggs thing, he got rid of him, I guess. Right around the time he started denying Pizzagate and started having globes in every, video where he's shilling. Something's going on with Alex Jones. So I thought I'd tell everybody, or show it, or do some research is what I did. Quite a bit of it, actually, into Alex Jones being Bill Hicks. I've told you before, Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. You don't have to believe me. I'm going to show you evidence, and you can decide for yourself. Bill Hicks' best friend and producer, Kevin Booth, is now Alex Jones, friend and producer. That's true. They're both from Austin, Texas, by the way. They're both 6'1", by the way. Bill Hicks' last work, they both played high school football, by the way. They're 13 years apart, though. Bill Hicks' last work with Kevin Booth and Alex Jones' first work with Booth were both about Waco. He randomly accepted a framed picture award of Bill Hicks from Kevin Booth at Hicks' 10th anniversary event. And he died in 1994. I'll tell you about the day he died. And Alex Jones has no verifiable history before then. Bill Hicks had no public funeral, was supposedly buried in his parents' yard. So that's a number of the facts before we get into the that they look the same, believe it or not. So Bill Hicks, okay. This is the Wikipedia page. Bill Hicks, William Melvin Hicks, born in 1961, at the end of 1961, died in his 33rd year, aged 32. I'm going to tell you about that too. Okay, February 26, 1994. 2/26/1994. 2 plus 2 plus 6 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. That's 20. 9 and 4 are 13. That's 33. 33? Might have picked that date. Well, you can't choose your birth date, but you can choose your death date, no matter whether real or imagined. So, anyway, he dies. Then, Alex Jones. Alex Jones, in any case, was born in 1974. 1974. So this is the thing about that, is he's 4 years older than me. So think about it. He maybe didn't age well, but I don't know. You think I'll be looking like that in 4 years? I don't think so. I hope not. So that's one thing he did, was get younger, and that's perhaps common as well. Here's what I'm going to show you. This is what I'm going to show you. This was Bill Hicks' wink to us that he's going to fake his death and come back as something else. Okay? See if you think of it that way. But imagine, this is in 1993. He died the following year of pancreatic cancer, supposedly. Didn't show signs of it too much. Looked pretty heavy and healthy. But here is how he opened this show. Revelations. Revelations. Ready? I gave you some circumstantial evidence, didn't I? Those of you who didn't know this already. Let me show you what I worked on here. I was looking at a lot of tape, and then I ended up finding 2 still pictures. So I found pictures of Alex Jones, and there he is with Charlie Sheen, just looking high as a kite, feeling good. And there he is, Alex Jones, with Charlie Sheen, as I said. Let me switch quickly so you don't get the full effect. There is Bill Hicks with his arm around somebody else, some guy named John Fernetti. I don't know who that is, but they were striking a similar pose. So it worked out perfect. So I'm going to show you this. Maybe I should zoom. Are you looking at, does it look like Alex Jones? Yeah. Watch this. So we're going to fade in Alex's face here. Okay, we're at 30%. See the nose and the lips, so watch. Oops, I went a little fast. There we go, 34. Okay, it's coming in. The hairline's going back. Watch. See, it's the same hairline, but watch it disappear and go back. There it goes. And that's 50% right there. 50%. What do you think? I'm going to go back. See that? There he is. There's 50%. I'm going to get it up to 75%. And there's Alex Jones. He's had some plastic surgery. He wears blue contact lenses. You can tell he wears blue contacts because you can see the pigment coming through. Bill Hicks had brown eyes, wore glasses. Jones admits to wearing contacts. So I just wanted you guys to know what's up. In case you didn't, some people still, I don't know if people were messing with me and they're like, I don't think he looks like Bill Hicks. Well, he does. So shut your pie hole.
But I had to hang up on the guy and delay him out because there's no point in letting him put out his COINTELPRO. What's COINTELPRO? According to FBI records, COINTELPRO resources were expended on infiltrating, disrupting, marginalizing, and or subverting groups suspected of being subversive. I can't tell you how many times I've just gone to any political event.
Constantly put on the defensive against the federal government. Every single time. Be it the FCC coming to town and trying to shut down our local micro broadcaster. Be it the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration coming to town and trying to shut down and train the police officers to do blood withdrawals. Be it the BATF now.
That's an example of COINTELPRO. Here's another great example of COINTELPRO.
You are not going to get away with your activities. You are not going to get away. Hey, ladies, the Second and First Amendment. Get the hell out of my face. I'm here to tell you right now that we are not your property.
You're not part of the team. You're not part of the team.
I mean, I almost started crying last night when I was at that demonstration. And I saw these families bringing their children up to me for me to shake their hand, and I just look at their innocence.
He's trying to take over our rally that a lot of people worked on.
Is that once they cause all the infighting and division and problems, then everyone spends their time on that, and then you can't expand your organizations.
All right, is the freedom movement divided in Austin? Somebody doesn't want to play nice.
And every time I go to a big city and see provocateurs, I've seen it in Austin.
Are you ready to flip down?
That's COINTELPRO. Playing that against people, creating racial division, infiltrating groups, trying to radicalize them, trying to get people to commit acts of violence so they can put them in prison.
You have never had more solid evidence that Alex Jones is working for the bad guys than right here, right now. Because what he's doing, he's coming to a peaceful rally. He's trying to stir up violence.
They want to radicalize mainline libertarians, conservatives, so we can be politically demonized, so we don't become mainstream and take our country back.
Us look like lunatics. Number one. Number two, he gets us divided amongst ourselves.
The reason I know is my dad came to the protest and I didn't notice him. Because the whole time I was there, I had like COINTELPRO poking me and getting in my face. They send in people to cause violence. They spread lies about you.
I'm here being friendly.
We wanted to give you a speaking spot, but instead of working with us, you started yelling on
Well, you sitting here being a great
you were
the enemy.
That's a diversion. That's a diversion. Yeah, pure diversion. Wow. That's guilty. If you're not, that's guilty. That's guilty.
And now you are acting like it's appropriate to just come in here and climb right on top of us.
Don't worry.
and say that
Like
we don't
So
COINTEL.
how is Robert
Exactly like COINTEL.
in the city of Austin?
So you should be lifting us up and empowering us instead of holding us.
I wasn't lifted up or empowered.
When you see them demonizing people like Ron Paul, myself, and others, you know it is a COINTELPRO operation. We, the patriots, the constitutionalists, we're the good guys. We're trying to save the republic. And anybody that stands against that is a treasonous, traitorous, larcenous enemy of humanity. Period.
Either you're with us or you're with the enemy. There's no in between. You're either with us or you're with the enemy. That's clear.
But getting back to COINTELPRO, infiltrate your group, and we need to incite violence to run off reasonable pacifists in your group and so we can have you arrested and, quote, break up your group. They also want to radicalize the message. Get up! Get moving! Get moving, soldier! Defend the Republic!
No! Stop it! You had to move it! Peace! No! Peace. She wants to put us in camps! Peace! Yeah, this is what I'm doing! She wants to put us in camps! Peace! She wants to put us in camps! Hey, she wants to put us... Watch out! Easy there! Put all terrorists in camps!
You know you are good. You know, listening, that you're not COINTELPRO. Because that's how COINTELPRO works so well. I'm the real thing. Do you have any discernment out there?